After possibly the worst FPL transfer ever made, I am back and looking firmly forwards to FPL Gameweek 3. Help me get this video to 1,000 likes, subscribe to the channel. I will be answering all comments as well as revealing the latest form versus fixture charts. Let's get into it. I was hoping we could skip the Game Week 2 review, but I knew you guys wouldn't let me get away with that. 43 points it ended on. It started off bad though. The Friday night fixture had gone João Pedro to Chris Wood. We all know what happens. Lost out on 13 points. Never really recovered from that. To add insult to injury, Cole Palmer failed to feature with a little bit of a groin issue. And then on Sunday, we had Bruno Fernandes rocking up with a missed penalty. Salah captain left it late to redeem himself with an assist right at the death. There were some positives. We had the Van de Ven auto sub for Palmer with a clean sheet. Juve got an assist even though it was a miserable West Ham defensive performance, and I did manage to lock in a risky double Burnley clean sheet. Aston Villa, Ollie Watkins, still no goals for them this season, and Liverpool seem to be scoring for fun. But my assets keep missing out. Wirtz still hasn't registered an attacking return. Salah left it late once again. Looking at the form versus fixture charts then going into Game Week 3, and when it comes to form, it is Liverpool that remain out in front. On paper, it was a good decision to double up on their attack, even though that Salah-Wirtz combo hasn't come to fruition just yet. But I've got every faith that it still will. Concerningly for my team, it's Arsenal and Spurs taking second and third place quite a way ahead of the chasing pack. I don't have any Arsenal attackers or Spurs attackers in my team. And then if we look at the fixtures, it is Nottingham Forest that are on top. This is the fixture ticker filtered by attack, taken from Fantasy Football Hub. 50% off right now. Win your league or your money back using the link in the description. Chris Wood should come good though, especially with that fixture against West Ham in Game Week 3. It is certainly a tempter. Spurs up there again. Fulham and Palace also in the mix as well. Again, two sides I don't currently have any attackers from. That is a little bit of a concern. When we put all of that together into the overall charts, there are two teams at the top, very little to split between them. Liverpool and Spurs, their assets are going to be key going forwards, and that's something to consider when we get to my transfer plans. Before we look at transfer plans, it is worth noting that we have 12 Premier League teams in action in midweek. We've got 11 teams playing in the League Cup second round. That's all the teams not involved in Europe. We've got two Premier League clashes on Tuesday, Wolves, West Ham plus Bournemouth, Brentford. And then the big one that I'm excited for on Wednesday night is at Grimsby Town against Manchester United, my hometown club. This is the game that I used to set up as a kid on FIFA. It's finally come to life. I'm still looking for a ticket for this game, by the way, so if you can help me out, drop me a DM on X or on Instagram. And then on Thursday, it's the second leg of Crystal Palace's Europa Conference League playoff away at Fredrikstad this week. They take a 1-0 slender advantage into that fixture. No guarantees that they progress into the competition. So with all that in mind, do not make early transfers this week, especially when we're waiting for solid injury news on the likes of Cole Palmer and others. It is going to be really powerful to wait until Friday, the Saturday deadline. Information is key, not the price changes. If you can be patient, that is the way to play, because literally anything could happen in these fixtures. Injuries, suspensions, you do not want to miss out on that information. So when it comes to my transfer plans then, I am waiting for information on Cole Palmer. It sounds like he's been struggling with a little bit of a groin issue for a while and just didn't feel right for that West Ham fixture. Obviously, the fixtures remain good for Chelsea with Fulham at home next. It is a team that I still want to be invested in from an attacking perspective. So if there's a way that I can hold Palmer, then I think I will. The only trouble is with the international break coming up directly after Game Week 3, if Chelsea risk Palmer for this fixture, then they probably have to let him out on England duty, which they won't want to do because I want him fit for Game Week 4. So that in play could kind of hinder Palmer's potential to start this week. It may help Chelsea if they leave him out the squad, keep him over the international break, and then he's fit for game week 4. If it does look like worst case scenario, he'll be back after the break, then I think I still will hold and have to use my bench. The only other thing I'm thinking about is the fact that I own no Spurs attackers and the fixtures still look very good. I've got Brennan Johnson and Mohamed Kudus both on my radar. I could easily use my one free transfer to pivot to one of those. I really like Brennan Johnson, but obviously the transfer window's still open. We know Spurs really want to sign another attacker. That could take Johnson out of the starting 11. So Kudus is the safer pick. He's the cheaper pick. But I do have a little bit of a soft spot for Johnson. So it's something that I'm keeping my eye on. I won't make any decisions until Friday though. Remember, on Friday, I will have an up-to-date injury update on Cole Palmer in the press conference stream. So make sure you're subscribed and hitting the notify button for that one. In terms of the AI recommended transfers on Fantasy Football Hub, it is a recommendation to sell Palmer with the player coming in, Antoine Semenyo. He's been very, very good to start the season. Got a few returns already gone up in price. A tough entry point away at Spurs when you consider Spurs haven't conceded yet. Have they been properly tested though? I still think that the clean sheet potential is high for that game. A very good transfer. You can get your AI recommended transfers on the hub with Win Your Mini League or your money back offer using the link in the description to this video. Team selection time then, and on paper the team is still looking strong. All those players that had home games in game week 1 have got those home games again in game week 3. It is going to be Sells that gets the nod between the sticks at home to West Ham. And I'm sticking with this 3-5-2 formation for now, with Konza and Van der Ven both with home games, clean sheet potential high for them. I am going to start Chris Richards away at Aston Villa, with Juve dropping to the bench away at Nottingham Forest. He is a player that could come in though if Palmer doesn't feature. He did get an assist last time out, so hopefully at least from an attacking perspective he can deliver something. Chris Richards, by the way, has been 2 actions away from defensive contribution points in each of the last 2 game weeks. Then it is going to be that 5-man midfield with Salah, Beers as that double up. I've got Cole Palmer. Does he start for Fulham at home? Bruno Fernandes at home to Burnley, and Tijani Reinders away at Brighton. And then I look at the forward line. It looks so strong on paper. Am I going to finally get an attacking return from a forward in game week 3? I failed so far. Chris Wood at home to West Ham, Watkins at home to Crystal Palace. Surely this week that's going to play into my hands. Obviously I've got Mark Yu on the bench and Esteve if needed as well. And Dubravka is obviously benched for that trip to Old Trafford as well. Captaincy then, and there are 3 names in the frame for me once again. We've got Mo Salah, who has delivered attacking returns in each of the first 2 game weeks, home to Arsenal, a team that haven't conceded a big chance on their goals so far. It could be a tight game. There could be something that happens early that opens things up. I'm still not convinced by Salah's performances though, so I'm a little bit reluctant to go there with the armband. Then we've got Bruno Fernandes at home to Burnley. That feels like a really strong fixture, but obviously Fernandes hasn't delivered yet, but he has got defensive contribution points. He will still be on penalties. He is taking some set pieces and sharing them with Mbermo. Surely his time is in this game. The other option though, Chris Wood at home to West Ham. That West Ham defence has been absolutely shocking so far. Nottingham Forest look like they've got plenty of firepower going forward, so he's in the mix as well. I think at the moment I'm leaning towards Bruno Fernandes, but obviously anything could change. He is in action in midweek. The likes of Salah and Wood have got the midweek off, so maybe they get the edge. Depends how many minutes Bruno gets against Grimsby. But yeah, that's what I'm thinking at the moment. Fernandes captain, Chris Wood vice captain, but I could easily reverse that order. Interestingly, it is Salah that wins in terms of predicted points for captaincy for game week 1 on 7.2 points. You can get access to that, your recommended transfers and a whole lot more using the link in the description to this video. Win your mini league or your money back. As I said at the top, I'll be answering all comments on this one. Get your dilemmas in, hit that like button. Let's get it to 1,000 likes. Subscribe as well. Thank you for watching.